Welcome back. This is the second part of our book haul from the United States, and I'll link the first one down below.
Excellent.
So, more books,
More books.
more excitement.
More excitement.
So I'll start because, of course, I have the most. So, this my dad gave me. I'm pretty sure my sister and her partner John gave it to him. We like to kind of pass things around. So, it's a graphic novel about Superman. Superman Red Sun. I don't read a whole lot of graphic novels, but I do read them occasionally. I have a number that my sister has given me that I really, really enjoy. So I'm excited to read this one. I haven't read one about Superman yet, so this will be good.
Yeah. Why don't you do the next one as well?
Okay. So, from my dad again, and again I suspect that my sister gave this to my dad. So it's Star Trek because
it's got to be.
who doesn't love Star Trek around here? So it's a Magna edition.
Manga?
And it's the original Star Trek, so I'm excited to read this. Again, I don't read a lot of this, but I like Star Trek a whole lot, so
Nice.
I'll be excited to read this as well. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So the first one I have here is John Green's The Fault in Our Stars. I really don't know anything about this, other than the fact that it's been very well received. And I have been a John Green viewer on the YouTubes for a while. I like his videos a lot.
Yeah,
The ones that he and his brother do.
Yeah, we'll link his channel down below.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I really don't know what to expect, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. My next one is yet another trilogy. So it's the Garth Nix trilogy, Sabriel, Lyrio, and Abhorsen. Again, I don't know a whole lot about this, but Garth Nix is like an epic fantasy writer. I'm excited to read it. I hear really good things. Again, Sam on Thoughts on Tomes reads or has talked a lot about this. It's one of her favorite series, so we'll link Sam's channel down below. So I'm excited to get to these.
Yeah. The next one I'm really looking forward to. This is Malcolm Gladwell's Blink. If you haven't read Malcolm Gladwell and you enjoy statistics and various other things like that, he's where it's at. If you want to know where mathematics comes into real life, Malcolm Gladwell is a good place to start. So I'm not sure what to expect out of Blink either, but I'm really excited about this because Gladwell is awesome to read, very easy to read, awesome author.
Alright, so my next one is one that I don't remember a whole lot about. I do a lot of booktube watching and book review watching, so I remember reading the synopsis on this and thinking it sounded amazing. So it's the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm really excited to read it because if I remember it, it's supposed to be pretty epic.
The next couple I have are very much related to my work down here in Peru. This first one is by Elizabeth Colbert, and I don't know a lot about her. So this is a very highly rated work on climate change and the effect on biodiversity and natural systems. So I'm really curious about this one. I've heard this one. This one's been recommended to me by pretty much every Goodreads or other various book recommendation or book social media that there is. So I'm really looking forward to this one. It's about the 6th mass extinction that we're probably in the midst of, right? As we speak.
Yeah. Alright, so my next book is again a booktube recommendation. It's called The Star-Touched Queen by Roshani, Chakshi? Sorry if that's not right. But this one comes highly recommended. Again, fantasy and should be exciting to read.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah.
Cool. My next one is by one of my favorite academics that does a lot of research and gives a lot of thought on climate change and how we kind of need to change our lifestyles and our economies in order to adjust to climate change. So Bill McKibben. This is more or less kind of a how-to essentially on how to change, how to adapt your lifestyle to climate change.
So
It's called
Earth.
Earth. Earth. And it's
Making life on a what?
making a life on a tough new planet.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where the rubber meets the road for you when it comes to climate change, things that you can do just as an individual to make the difference. So I'm excited to see kind of what kind of recommendations this gives forward, because a lot of people sometimes approach me and they say, well, what can we do, or what can I do? And there are a few go-to obvious easy things, but I'd like to get more into depth with it.
Yeah, I might read that one as well.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a trilogy, but right now there's just 2 books out. It's Becky Chambers. The first one is The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet.
I like her titles.
Yeah, I've already read this. I read it from the library, and it's so good. It takes place in space, and it does such a good job of incorporating other species and like aliens into the story.
Other cultures.
Also, same-sex relationships. It does a good job with that, which was really cool. Interspecies relationships, even. So, sci-fi, it's really, really good. I don't read a whole lot of sci-fi or space novels, but it was really, really good, and so good that I bought it after I read it at the library. And then her second book, which I haven't gotten to yet, is called A Closed and Common Orbit. So from what I understand, this takes not the main character from the first book, but one of the side characters, and then continues on with the story from that side character. So I'm really excited to read this. I can't say more about this book. It was really, really, really amazing, especially on like an anthropological standpoint. Really good.
Cool. So my final one here is also by Bill McKibben, and this is Oil and Honey. And this is the education of an unlikely activist. I think this is probably a more of a self-realization for him. Bill McKibben, I don't think was a skeptic as much as he was what can we really do about climate change practically. And I think that he's really coming along on his own. And so I think that this is kind of his journey through what it meant to investigate and consider climate change as a challenge to solve. And also I think it has a lot to do with how the world can change as well, and what needs to happen with economics in order to make an impact on climate change. But other than that, I don't know much about it, so I'm excited about this one.
My last is a trilogy again. I don't remember a whole lot about this. Again, that's like my theme. I like research books and think they sound amazing, and then I put them on my to-read list and then kind of forget what they're about. But it's by Lainey Taylor. The trilogy has Smoke and Bone, or Daughter of Smoke and Bone, Days of Blood and Starlight, Dreams of Gods and Monsters. So this came really highly recommended as well by Sam on Thoughts on Tomes. So I'm really excited, and also from what I understand, Lainey Taylor is really good friends with Leigh Bardugo, whose books I talked about in part 1 of this video. So they're like real life friends. So hopefully that means I'll like these books as much as I liked Leigh Bardugo's. So
Cool.
I think that's all we have.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's
Yeah.
a lot of books. Pretty much my entire suitcase was full of books.
It's pretty
on the
awesome.
way back here, so
Actually, all 3 of them had books in it.
yeah. But that's it.
Yeah.
If you want to know about any of the books after we're done reading, just comment below.
Yeah.
And-
Ask us questions. We're happy to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we can do a video or something.
Yep.
So I think we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.